All right, welcome back, eSIM Studios. I'm filming on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I have the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro in, and I'm recording this new audio feature. Well, maybe I knew, but it's new to me. I've never tried it. So it's called Audio 360. Let me know how it sounds in the comments. So it's picking up audio from my earbuds and the device at the same time, and should give a unique audio experience. I don't know, but let's get into it. So, Samsung at the last freaking minute. This is unusual now. This is not common, and this is why it's kind of shocking and why I'm making a video. Samsung canceled the S26 Edge. They canceled the S26 Edge. I know. I was planning on getting this device. The S25 Edge was a very underrated device. In my opinion, it was phenomenal. In my opinion, I love it. And I was planning on getting the S26 Edge. Now, it didn't really have a chance, and I think Samsung shot themselves in the foot from the beginning by releasing this 3 or 4 months after the S25 series, right? So the reason why they're canceling the S26 Edge, and look, we get a release, we're just a few months away. So very weird stuff. But they're claiming it's because of low sales of the S25 Edge. Now, here's a comparison. So here we got numbers now. So the S25 Edge sold 190,000 units in its first 30 days. And to date, Samsung has sold 1.3 million S25 Edges to date since release. Now, well, how does that compare to the other devices in the lineup? And now remember, the S25 Edge was released a few months after. I guess it wasn't ready, but they teased it, but it wasn't ready. So to date, 1.3 million S25 Edges sold. The standard S25 sold over 8 million units to date. The S25 Ultra has sold almost 13 million units to date. Now, that information I got, I don't know if that's US only. I don't know if that's worldwide. I would think that's US only, or maybe that's only in the markets where they sold the S25 Edge, because if you remember, it wasn't available in all markets. It was only available in like a handful of countries, right? So maybe they're comparing the numbers from the Edge in the markets where the Edge was sold to the other devices, because the S25 Ultra has been their best-selling phone ever, and it's a fantastic device. I'm recording on it right now in portrait video mode. I love it. It's my daily driver. Now, I love the S25 Edge because it's slim, it's sleek, it's lightweight. It's like you're holding a piece of paper, weight-wise, and you can. I did the unboxing, initial reviews, and that's the first thing I said. I love this thing. It's lightweight, it's thin, has the 200 megapixel sensor on the back from the S25 Ultra, and it's got the 7-core Snapdragon 8 Elite. Not the 8-core that's in the Ultra. It has the 7-core, and I believe it helps with battery life. So it never really had a chance to begin with, and I think it got a lot, just releasing it late, people never really caught on, because most people can only buy one phone, or are going to buy one phone. My situation is abnormal. I have a ton of phones, right? The average person is just buying one phone. So when they upgrade, when they saw the S25 series coming out, they're like, oh yeah, what about that Edge? When they go online or go into T-Mobile or AT&T, and they're like, well, the Edge is not out yet, but we have all these other phones, the S25 Plus, and more than likely that person that was interested in the Edge is just going to get the Ultra or the Plus, right? And it shot the Edge down in sales. So I think, in my opinion, Samsung should have given this S26 Edge one more chance. Release it along with the entire lineup on launch date and see how the sales go. Look, it had a small battery, but my battery life on the S25 Edge is longer than the battery life on my S25 Ultra. It just is. I have videos stating such and giving you proof. There were times where I'd get like 9 hours of screen on time on the Edge, like insane. Now, which brings me to, it sucks that I was going to get the S26 Edge. Now I'm just going to get the S26 Ultra. Now, one thing I wish they do carry over. Now, Samsung made a statement a few months ago saying that battery algorithm that they implemented in the S25 Edge, which uses AI to optimize your battery and your battery usage and or drainage, they said they're going to implement that in all future flagship Samsung devices. Now, I hope, and I think they will, carry that battery algorithm, that optimization algorithm. I think you should see that in the S26 Pro, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra, which is going to be amazing. It's going to drastically improve battery life all across the S26 lineup. Big bummer. Now, when we got, there were leaks of the S26 Edge. I mean, this was like, I guarantee you they started production already on the S26 Pro, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. And at like literally the last day, right before they're scheduled to start production, meaning actually putting these phones together, I think they nixed it. They canceled it. It's actually, we actually got leaks of the entire lineup, because remember, they were going to not do the S25 Plus and they were going to insert the Edge. Then we got leaks of pre-production units, and if you remember, they got blasted for copying the same design, sort of, as the iPhone 17 series. I'm talking about the upcoming, now canceled S26 Edge. It looks sort of like a freaking iPhone 17. It was the real skinny back, and then on the back panel, it had that big hump across the top of the back. Now, as we know with the iPhone 17 Air, that's where a lot of the components are. The radio, the modem, the CPU, possibly GPU is in that little hump. Well, Samsung was going to do the same thing. Now, they caught a lot of flack, especially from me, because I don't want them copying Apple. I wanted them to do their own thing. So, interesting news, canceling the S26 Edge. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, you'll get the S26 Pro, S26 Plus, and you'll get the S26 Ultra. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about my audio 360 feature on the Galaxy S25 Ultra and the Galaxy Buds. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.